Absolutely. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. I have 100% certainty that in the next 120 days, we're going to reach $1 billion and we're going to knock this thing out of the ballpark. And very quickly, 120 days, move into the next phase of the DAISY project. This has never been done in the history of any of the industries that DAISY touches. Not in the crowdfunding industry, not in the fintech industry, not in the peer-to-peer marketing industry. This has never been done. And if you simply take the numbers, if you say, okay, in 4 days, the DAISY project generated just right at $50 million, $49 plus million, $50 million in 4 days. So if you take that 4 days and you go out 40 days, so you multiply that by 10, if you just take that same ratio, then you're not at 50 million, you're at 500 million. And if you take that out 80 days, you're at $1 billion. So this is not just a hypothesis, or, we hear a lot of companies, I hear a lot of people, we're going to be the next $1 billion, we're going to be the next, but there's no ground, there's no foundation for that expectation. It's really just hype in most instances. We have proven the foundation for this expectation. We have proven, because in 4 days we did 50 million. So to think that in the next 120 days, 1 billion is possible. This will break every record in the history of all of these industries combined. I also believe that we will see 1 million members participating in DAISY within the next 6 months or less. So this is big. I'm going to go ahead and pull up something. I'm going to pull a screen share. If you can make me the host or give me screen sharing option, I want to show just one slide real quick.
You should be able to share now, Jeremy.
Okay, great. That I think everyone's going to be interested in. And I shared this on our global webinar the other day, but I know we have a lot of folks looking for the first time, seeing this for the first time. But this is what I want to really share with you guys. So as you know, in our business model, some of you have not seen the whole presentation yet, but we have 10 different tiers that a person can upgrade through. So every member that joins at tier 1. Tier 1 is a $100 contribution. When you get started at tier 1, you open up what we call the tier 1 matrix. So you're now able to earn income from all of the tier 1 members that are part of that matrix. Every member then has the opportunity to upgrade to tier 2. Tier 2 is $200. And then tier 3 is $400. And tier 4 is $800. And each tier simply doubles as you move through those tiers. But each tier also unlocks a new matrix for that tier. So what that means is, if you look at this, these are the real numbers of what happened. 52,566 members got started with DAISY at tier 1. Only 22,000 members were able to upgrade to tier 2 because of the platform issues that we had. Tier 3, 12,000, tier 4, 7, tier 5, 3,000. I want you to picture this. Tier 6, 1,800, tier 7, 800, tier 8, 350, tier 9, 133, tier 10, 78. What does that mean? That means that, for example, in the tier 10 matrix, which, by the way, that alone can pay out well over $100 million in earnings just in the tier 10 matrix. There's only 78 people that had the opportunity to upgrade. I have so many people waiting to upgrade through the tiers, messaging, waiting to upgrade. They were trying to get their money in another way, and they're waiting to go live. Look at just tier 5. Tier 5, 3,700 people. Guys, there are 17,000 members in this organization, in Avinash's organization. There's 17,000 members in the organization. Company-wide, globally, there's only 3,700 members at tier 5. What does that mean? That means that those of you that engage from the beginning of this relaunch, and you move through the upgrades to your comfort level, you earn and you reinvest that money to the higher tiers, you literally have the chance to compress yourself into these higher tiers and be at the top. Imagine what's going to happen, because in 120 days, we may have 500,000 people at tier 5. So imagine if you're one of the first 10,000 people to upgrade to tier 5 and you're sitting at the top of that matrix. Such a huge opportunity right now. In the original smart contract during those 4 days, we had just over 100,000 transactions. So we would consider all of these upgrades a transaction. We had over 500,000 transactions that did not process, that could not be processed. What does that mean? That means that just right now, there's 500,000 upgrades waiting to take place the moment we open the doors. And you have an opportunity to be at the very front end of that. So Avi, there's no doubt in my mind that we will do $1 billion in the next 120 days. And then in the next 6 months, we will reach a million members.